met many years ago, and you lived in York Way.
That's right, we both
lived
lived
in this
there.
area. And you moved on from there to tell me a story about how the cattle used to arrive on trucks into the area that is now the Maiden Lane estate.
It used to be called Maiden Lane. Still in them days it was called Maiden Lane, always was. And it was a branch of King's Cross, the trains. See, instead of the freight lines, all used to come into Maiden Lane instead of coming into King's Cross. It was like an open area, wasn't it?
Yes, it was only for cattle.
Yeah.
It was only for the cattle that they had this special line.
Yeah, and freight.
For the and they used to fetch them, there was a slope, and they used to fetch the cattle down the slope, up York Road, turn right into Market Road, walk them all the way along Market Road, to the slaughterhouse was
what they call the lairs first, they used to go in, didn't they?
They used to have all lairs where they put the sheep and
to put the cattle to fatten them up. They used to feed them up to fatten them up before they went round to the slaughterhouse. And in the market, there was, you know the cattle market, Caledonian Cattle Market, don't you? That went on for years, didn't it? It stopped after the war, but before the war, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
And in there, they used to have all sections where the sheep used to go in. These, cattle used to go in, and they used to feed them out in the open, the sheep. Not the cows, didn't they? The cows.
No, they had pigs. Pigs used to come.
As well. Yeah.
Pigs used to come. But when when the cows used to come, everybody used to say, "Go in and shut your door because if one escaped." My mother had a cow come in her house, come right away through the passage. They had to turn it round we had a little yard. They turned it round in the yard and got it out again. But the one that went in the buildings opposite, they had to drive it up the stairs. And because they couldn't turn it, there was nowhere to turn it. It was a narrow staircase. When it got up to the top, on the roof, they shot it.
And over the top.
Put it down over the top. But that was the only excitement I remember from them.
But we always knew when a mad lot was coming in, what they called a dangerous lot, because then they used to block the road off. We used to get, all the drovers used to come and line across Caledonian Road, was it?
No,
Market Road. Across Market Road, where they used to turn, so they couldn't run off right up York Way, didn't they? And then we knew that a real wild lot of cattle were coming in. So you knew to be careful, didn't you?
Yes, there
and
was.
Then to turn them round, to go in.
And on that corner there was a piano place that made pianos on that corner. Then there was another one, the Blackpool, and there was a brick laundry in York Way, a brick laundry.
So much different.
And after the cattle had been fattened up, so they went into these separate pens, they were fattened up, then they went to the slaughterhouse. And what happened then? Did people come from all over the country? And
to be honest, I don't know. I should imagine.
Then it went to the shops, I suppose.
Yes.
I know that they used to come to my mother's door, the lairsmen, the men that used to kill them.
Well, we don't say anything about that, do we?
Well, my mother was father and friendly with that used to kill them, and we used to get the liver, and we used to get the hearts, all things like that, the offal. And we lived on offal, to be truthful. They always brought things like that, lovely. We was never hungry because we always had the offal to have, didn't we? I don't know whether you ever got it, but I know they always used to come to my mother's door.
Good friends.
They were just across the road from Market Road, see?
Yeah, they were good friends.
Yes, they were. They were, absolutely.
Yes.
Because their mothers worked in those days, you see, so...
And this, down the square, the square that goes down from the church. Well, in the young days, they had the big houses on both sides, because they didn't have those flats. That was caused by a bomb that rocked the foundations. Well, they used to be, all the people there were rather posh. And they all had keys, and they locked that up, and they all played tennis in there. Well, we weren't allowed in there. Only the people are out the big houses were in there.
But all their big houses had servants, didn't they?
Oh, yes.
They was all servants at the top.
Yes.
You know, the top was and the basements were servants' quarters.
Not where I
All
live,
had servants
or
in.
where I live now, because I live up the villas now. Or the bottom of the house, that was the servants' quarters. You know, the well-to-do people lived upstairs. But only they could play tennis in the square in my days.
Until they made it into a children's playground then, didn't they? Right, yeah.
Yes,
So,
but yes, so yes, seen a lot of changes.
Different life altogether, we have really, absolutely. Yeah. Right.
So the servants were there up until the Second World War?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
After the war, of course, they all had to go to the forces, I suppose, you know, and they never came. And of course, it was badly bombed all around here.
Oh, absolutely. We was bombed out during the war.
See, so the rich people, shall we say, seemed to go, probably when in the country. And
The council took them all over then, didn't
yeah.
they? So
No, there's still a lot of private houses.
Is there still along there? All right.
I know
They
some.
took all mine over in your
Oh
way.
yes.
They took them over, the council.
What did your parents do?
In what way? My father worked on the railway, and my father used to drive a horse and cart, and we used to have lovely oysters because he delivered to a place that had the oysters. So I used to love oysters as a child. But anyway, unfortunately he got tuberculosis and he died quite young at 47. But my dad was the first driver to have the first motor, you know, with the old mud guards that went over. And so he took it out once and he said, give me my horse and cart back. Not taking that out no more. And he never took it out again. He let somebody else take it and he kept his horse and cart. But yes, he
Did you used to work on the trains at King's Cross?
Oh no, he used to work down, because there was goods yards down in York Road. Yeah, and they used to go in there and, you know, yes, there was all goods yards along
All along there.
all along the bottom half of York Way.
Yeah, all
Yes.
good yards.
All
The old
good
potato market, is that still there?
No.
Used to be the old potato
But
market.
yeah, all the potatoes would come.
Used to come
there.
in there, they used to come from.
Yeah, sacks and sacks and sacks of potatoes in there to the.
My father was a laundry man. He worked in a laundry, you know, putting all the laundry in the big boxes. I remember as a child going there, and he used to put me in the baskets, you know, those big laundry baskets, and take me up on a pulley as a washing all used to go up all the sheets.
Where was that?
It was lovely. That was in Islington, actually. He used to walk right through Bride Street, right through Islington, up a street, right the way down. Every day he walked to work. He never, because it was awkward to get to. But he worked in Upper Street, yeah, in the laundry, and then it closed, yeah.
My mum worked over the laundry opposite, you know. He lived this side and the laundry was over the other side.
For you, yeah.
Yes, so Mum could go over there for a few hours and do a bit of laundry work. And, you know, left us, well, there was 3 of us children, 2 girls and a boy. And she knew we was all right, you know, because the others was older than I was, so they had to look after me. But she walked over there, you know, about 4 hours, I suppose, over the laundry. And I think the majority of ladies round about had worked, you know, done some kind of work, really, you know.
My mother cleaned steps. She used to clean the steps, Whitestone, all the steps all along the street like London. Because she used to have Whitestone then, you know.
Oh,
a man
yes.
used to come round on an awesome car
Oh, yeah.
with vinegar.
Vinegar, you had
Awesome.
vinegar
Yeah.
and hearthstone.
Hearthstone, that's right. Black lead. Black lead for your grate. Yeah, he used to come round to the door.
So
to
we had the
London
muffin
car.
man used to come on Sundays with a thing, a tray, he said, ringing a bell. Muffins,
Lovely,
muffins used
lovely
to come every
times,
Sunday
really.
afternoon. Yes, and do you remember?
Yeah, yes,
that muffin man?
absolutely.
And I remember when we was kids, we used to sit along the curb, and you used to have a barrel organ and men dressed up as women. So, and they used to dance. That was so clever. You didn't have the traffic that you have now. They couldn't possibly do it now. But they used to entertain us for about half hour, kicking up their legs and everything. And big strapping men they were. They weren't small. Well, it might be because I was small. They probably looked huge to me. But yes, they used to dance in the street. About half a dozen men and the old barrel organ.
Yeah.
That was our entertainment. So no television. Although we did have a piano.
Yeah, we always had a piano.
I think everybody had a piano.
Yeah, we always had a piano.
And yes.
No, nobody played it. Nobody played it, but we always had a piano. Do you remember when we used to go out to the off-licence and get the beer in a jar?
Yeah, no, I used to go to the Butcher's Arms.
Oh, I used to go to the City of London, yeah. And
Get
then
the
they used to
jug.
put the poker in the beer, didn't they?
Yeah.
Psh, my birds used to get the poker in the fire, and put the poker in the beer, and it used to go, sizzle, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, lovely, wasn't it? Oh, they were lovely times.
Oh,
Had a
yes.
nice childhood, really, did you?
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
we did, didn't
Yes.
we, down there? It was
Yes.
nice, yeah.
Yes. Oh,
As
yes.
I say, the only thing is we had no indoor toilets, see? No bathrooms.
And of course, Dad's working on the railway. He used to get 3 privilege tickets a year, so we could all go to Southend, and that was a big thing. No other children round by us went to the seaside. And then he could get, for the family, he got a special pass for a week, so we used to go to Yarmouth. But of course, we used to go in lodging, but we used to have a lodging where the mother had done all the cooking, not the owner of the house. In fact, they become friends. We went there so often and went to the same place. Because he worked for the LMS. In them days, you had the Great Western Railway, the LMS. There was all different groups. What was the other one? There was 3, but he worked for the LMS, the Midlands. So we could only go to up that side of the country. We couldn't go to Blackpool or down in Devon. You had to go where your line run, on your railway line. You worked for the LMS.
The pub Cherubang outings too, which you never see today, they were great because you all the family, we children didn't go, but all your mothers and fathers went, but the children loved it because they used to throw the money out to the children, before they left to go to the seaside like, and they used to throw all the money out so the children got all the money, so that was lovely. We used to love that when it come, and it was the Charabanc outing. We didn't call them coaches in them days, did they? Charabancs, weren't they? In the Charabanc, yeah. I could never collected all the money. We used to run round the chair and collect all the money.
Oh, yeah.
Great, lovely, yeah.
And I used to walk because I passed a scholarship, and I used to walk from York Road right down. Do you know where the Working Men's College? Well, I went to school the side of there, Love Stanley Central School, and I used to walk. And when I see the mothers driving the cars, give them for 5 minutes sort of thing, and I think I used to walk right from there, right down, and with me sandwiches my mum used to give me, and then walk all the way home. And yet they jump in the car and use the car all the time. I think to myself, they're doing good to have a walk. Although, of course, in them days, it was quite safe to walk. You hadn't got the traffic or anything else. So you was quite
Because
safe.
when the war come, changed everything,
Oh,
didn't it? When
yeah,
you all had to
yeah.
go to the war, didn't they?
Yeah.
I had to go to the HES, didn't I?
I'd
had to
got
be
child,
called
so
in.
I couldn't go in. I couldn't be called
Yeah,
up.
I wasn't married then, so I had to go into the HES.
Yeah.
And then that's changed everything.
Yeah. I was evacuated to Leicester. I hated it. Horrible place it was. Well, we stayed. My sister came with me, and she got billeted in a house. The man and 3 sons, and she got little. Her daughter was about 18 months, And they put her in a house with a man and the 3 sons, no woman. And she came, I was across the road, and she came over crying, I'm going home, I can't stay. I said, no, you're not, you're come here with me. And the person, I said, if not, we'll both go home. But she let us stay. But, I mean, fancy billeting a young, because we were young in them days, obviously, with a man and 3 children. It wasn't fair, you know. I'm not saying anything against them, but she wasn't happy with them.
You had 2 children then?
No, I only had my baby. My baby was born after the war. Yeah, Bill was born as war was declared. I was in hospital with him. And I was a month in hospital with him. Well, not a month. He was born in the end of August and war was declared on the 3rd of January. So they had to sling us out of hospital. We couldn't stay there any longer. So.
You had a hard war with.
Yes.
If you was married during the war, you had a hard.
No,
I had a good war, really.
Yeah, all the windows was.
If you can
lonely.
say that, you know.
Yeah.
If you can say
Yes. My husband went overseas, and he always said that Londoners had the worst of the war.
Absolutely. Do you remember sitting in the passage as the bombs
Yeah,
went over?
yeah.
Remember the fishman, he got killed at the bottom of the
But
road?
yeah, all the
Oh,
yeah,
bless
all
his
them,
heart,
yeah,
his
oh,
son got
Littmans.
killed. Oh, Littman, that's right, he got killed. All along there in the flats.
Oh, the flats
Yeah,
got killed
terrible.
right round the corner. Yeah.
Terrible, they don't
What
see
corner?
Pardon?
What corner are you talking about?
Agar Grove.
Where Grangefield is now.
Paul's right. That's right. Yeah, St Paul's. That was
Just on
called
that
St
corner
Paul's.
there.
It
That
wasn't
was-
Agar Grove. It was St Paul's.
Yeah.
There was a chemist, all shops round there.
There were chemists,
The fish
off
shop,
licence,
off
a
licence,
bushman,
yeah, all round that corner.
and the
Before
coffee
it-
shop on the corner. What had a big black part wall as you went along from the coffee shop. And all us kids
And
used
we
to
just
stand
lived near
there.
up to that, didn't we? We only a little way up from that. We
And
lived
you-
there when the bomb came
Your
up.
hands got lovely and warm with this big spot.
Yeah.
Went down from the
Yeah.
coffee spot. We always take turns then and have to shift along. Because you stayed out them nights. You know, even children, there was no worries. But yes, that all got bombed, the whole corner of Range.
See, the youngsters today don't realise, do they, really, what we went through? Because it was a horror for Londoners during the war, really. To hear those doodle-banks and waiting for it to stop, really.
Oh,
God, was it
That
a
was
nightmare,
the-
was it? You never realised, but
No.
people would never understand, would they?
we were up Leicester,
Never.
but we didn't stay there long. We came back to Mum's because she had a brick shelter. So we came back to Mum's, and my sister and I. And then my husband wrote and said, I'm coming home. And he came home from Italy because he was in the Air Force. He was in Iraq, and then when Italy gave up, they moved him to do the planes in Italy. And they'd had a suite. There was 4 of them allowed home, and they drew for it, and he was one of the lucky ones. So he was down in Chivner in North Devon on the aerodrome there, and went round and got me a place, me and my boy. We went down there for the end of the war, towards the end of the war. And we're still friends with the people we billeted with. The mum and dad's died, but the daughter rings me every fortnight to go, and we've been down there lots of times. But we're still friends with them people we made during the war. Funny, isn't it?